I'm just doing some barrows, so I thought I would do a ramble, because there are two topics I've been thinking about a lot lately, and those are why I support left-click construction, and also archeology in osrs. So I want to talk about left-click construction first too. So as you guys know, if you've ever done construction, it can very easily devolve into just like clicking the fucking examine option, because as you can see, every context menu has an examine option, and you have to right click on every single construction object, and if you misclick, you can click on the examine option, just waste like 2 ticks or whatever, and to me that's not fun. And when it comes to like why I think left click construction would be good, that's basically what it comes down to for me. I just don't think like it's tenable, given that like you can't click the right option. Like if you're doing blackjacking, you don't really have to aim, for example, because you can just basically like always click on like the same spot, right? There's no like going back and forth between the build and the fucking dismantle and whatever options. And to me that's like way more engaging, because my aim isn't like great, and when I'm doing construction it's kinda just miserable. So when it comes to why I support left click construction, that's that, right? But like just saying that, hey, make construction left click always, right, without no downsides would be such a fucking like brain dead take, because then you could easily get like fucking insane rates without like any effort. And I mean, you kinda can right now if you like master a specific method, like if you have like the exact right fucking camera angle, and you have the thing at the bottom of the screen and you can just maintain that, like you can basically do construction with no effort. But like if you can't really stand those types of methods, I guess construction, like your only option is to do mahogany homes. And personally, I kind of like mahogany homes. I think it's fun to optimize. I think it's fun to like save ticks on mahogany homes, right? Like to me, it's not something I despise doing. But like I would like there to be like an option, like it's like in between, like super sweaty fucking construction where I can't really do it. I can just examine, but like I can't actually fucking do the construction. And like mahogany homes, which you can fucking sweat it out and you can have like a lot of fun with it, but like is a more casual, lower XP rate type of method. And the reason why I'm actually so passionate about like left click construction is because I know that this can work. Like for example in Type Farm, you can either click on the watering can in your inventory, or you can fucking just like click on the water option on the plant, right? And when you click on the water option on the plant, you have a 1 tick delay, right? It's kind of arbitrary, of course, like it's not like, oh, there's a reason why there has to be a 1 tick delay when you click the fucking plant, but there is the 1 tick delay, so you can like still like benefit from doing the method as it was intended. And I think a similar thing can be done with construction, although I would personally like it to be closer to like how chinchompas work. So when you have like box traps, you have 2 options, right? You can either like use whatever the correct like intended method is, or you can do the casual method where you just click on the box trap, and when you click on the box trap, it's the pathing that fucks you up, right? It's not as arbitrary as Type Farm, but there's still like that delay built into like the version of the activity that has like a reduced difficulty. And I think that's actually like the solution that like left click construction should have. And the way I would like it to happen basically is that when you're turning and you're doing left click construction instead of right click construction, you basically just like expend an additional tick. So if you're like talking to your butler and then you go back to like whatever construction thing you're doing and you left click, you're basically just gonna waste an entire tick. And I think that would be balanced overall. Like if you're like me and you just can't aim, like I physically can't aim. Now if I played on a lower DPI I could aim, because my DPI is fucking insane, and that's a big reason for why I can't really do like really aim intense activities. But like construction is so above everything else. Like I can easily do like 1 tick chins, which kinda requires aim. I can do blackjacking, which requires like navigating through context menus and stuff. But like construction I just physically can't do. And obviously everyone has their limitations. Obviously I could probably master it if I did it for like a million hours and fucking grinded it out, and eventually I could do it. But I've done construction for like tens of hours and I haven't really improved significantly because my aim just isn't that good. So yeah, that would be my proposal. I'd really like to see construction where you can fucking waste some ticks when you're like turning between things and just do it all with left clicking. I think that would be balanced. I think that would be like generally better for the game than like fucking the construction meta we have right now. And I think that would make the skill like actually enjoyable for people like me who just like physically can't consistently do construction. The second topic I wanted to touch on is archeology in OSRs. So I've recently been watching the Nooblet, the RS3 series, because I got kind of curious about RS3, so I thought, hey, I might as well watch someone like play it. Now, most of the game isn't really that interesting for me, like the skilling isn't very interesting, the dailies, the weeklies just completely turn me off. But like, when I saw archeology, I was like, holy fuck, if a skill like this was proposed for OSRS, I would fucking vote yes in a heartbeat. Like, it's so well made. And it's also a gathering skill. And I guess that's like the main thing I want to talk about, is the potential for a new gathering skill in the game. Because like, I think a lot of people have kind of given up on gathering skills, like fishing and fucking woodcutting and mining. You don't really actually gather things generally. Like, obviously in iron you do. Like, you have to get your own caramphans, of course. You have to get your own logs for fletching and stuff if you're like really early game. But like, generally you don't really use your gathering skills. And if there was something in the game that was like an actual fucking gathering skill, where the things that you gathered like mattered and like played into systems, I think that would be fucking amazing. And if that skill happened to be archaeology, I would not mind. Like, in all honesty, if they just basically copied archaeology from RS3, removed like the super RS3 elements from it that just absolutely would not fit into the game, but like retained the core gameplay loop, I wouldn't have a problem with the skill. Like, it's incredibly well designed, just like overall as like an experience, like from everything I've seen. And I would not I would absolutely not mind just spending my time and grinding it out, because it just seems like so much fun. Now, I'm personally a fan of gathering skills, especially if I'm gathering something. Like, mining is my favorite skill. I don't really love woodcutting because of like the way it works, but like I can have a lot of fun with fishing. I mean, if I'm just AFKing woodcutting, I don't mind doing it, so, you know, that's not really something I have a problem with, but it's not my favorite skill. But like, I feel like something that like really makes the gathering aspect of like gathering skills like vital and important again would be such a fucking cool thing to have in the game. And yeah, I mean, I guess this is kind of a shorter ramble. I don't really have that much to say about it. But if you agree with me, leave a comment. If you disagree with me, leave a comment. And yeah, that's the ramble.